Hello, my name is Atlas Chiu. I'm currently a ninth grade boarder at Qinglan School. Some activities I'm passionate about is swimming and guitar, for which I've been doing since grade 6. I'm not going to talk about just a list of achievements that I've done, but rather expand them through a story that I find really interesting about myself. Around the age of 5, my parents took me to Africa for their business. We had 4 enriching years in Nigeria, despite initial concerns of the Ebola outbreak. You may be wondering, why did we take the risk? Turns out, healthcare problems have been prevalent in Africa, and for example, malaria and yellow fever. My parents are in the medical industry in Africa, and their accounts of the problems and challenges have taught me about the importance of their work. I really look up to my mom and view her as a role model, as she has a great ambition to help the lives of Africans through her business of healthcare. Now, I am deeply involved in social impact work through the Footprint PhD Foundation. It is an NGO founded by my mother that focuses on improving healthcare access in African communities. I have conducted interviews with medical experts who specialize in Africa's medical needs and have used that information to advocate for better healthcare in developing regions of Africa. Recently, I have done a donation of $1,000 with my classmates to regions struck by flooding in Africa in northern Nigeria. And currently, after seeing the video of the reactions of the healthcare ministers there, it has motivated me to continue doing service. So, as you can see, my time in Africa has made me into a person who loves doing service. I'm now in an organization, a nonprofit named Winglish, We and English, where I become a teacher and I teach public school students with their English. Seeing their joy in learning inspires me to continue doing helpful activities like this, as seeing other people smile make me smile. Another important factor of my life is mountaineering. It has taught me about perseverance, teamwork, and leadership. Last year, I had the incredible opportunity to climb Mount Kilimanjaro, the tallest mountain in Africa, with my mom and a group of mountaineers. At the summit, we planted the Footprint PhD Foundation flag on the peak of Africa to represent our efforts in raising awareness of what we are doing in the foundation. This year, I formed a mountaineering team with my school for the expedition to Mount Elbrus, the tallest mountain in Europe. I invited my classmates who I observed were not confident in themselves, and one of them said that they didn't want to go simply because of how he was afraid of not being able to reach the peak. But after having training with coaches and listening to a story of Mr. Zhang Hong, the only a blind Asian man who climbed Mount Everest, everyone had gained the spirit of perseverance. In fact, my classmate who said that he could never climb to the top actually climbed it to the top. And now my classmates are much more confident, which makes me want to expand my team in the future. Our story had inspired the school to create the Find Your Passion project, where students track down the development of their passions with a pamphlet. Being the ambassador of this project, along with the stories that I've shared, I truly hope to continue in those helpful activities, not just by myself, but with an entire community that participates in doing service. Studying in the US truly will help me to achieve my goal. Thank you for listening.